2 videos in one night. Woohoo, I'm on a wall. I know it sounds crazy, sounds kind of odd, but so mission trip. I got mission trips on the brain. Nobody has asked these questions, but if you plan on going on a mission trip the very first time, my advice to you is talk to somebody and find a group of people to go with you. Make sure it's a group of people that you trust, your parents trust, and, and if you go to church, hopefully your church members trust them as well. At the same time, if you're underage, your parents might have some paperwork to fill out, especially if you're going out of the country. Some groups would rather would rather your parents go with you because of you being underage. Just in case there's any like medical conditions that pops up while you're there, and then that way there's somebody there that's got the family history right there with you. Or unless you're adopted and it's probably because you're underage and they just want to make sure you have a parent there just in case something bad does happen and then you lean on them for that case. Also, one of the things I've learned from my first mission trip is to keep an open mind when you go. Before I went on my first one, I told somebody I was going to keep an open mind when I go, and they told me that was a good idea. The reason why I decided that was because I never been on a mission trip for one, and number two, my very first mission trip actually was out of the country. Peru was not my second time out of the country. It was actually it was not my first time out of the country. It was my second time out of the country. I've been to Canada back in the 90s before you needed a passport. So that was exciting for a 5-year-old to be able to experience that. So when I went to Peru, I had to have a passport. And even to Canada, you need a passport because it's 2017 is when I went to Peru, and the needing a passport for Canada has changed. And I was excited and yada yada yada, and so I went over there with an open mind, and I actually came back changed and blessed and made some really good friends, and I cannot ask for a better experience. And I'm gonna it's hard to go with an open mind because you know when you get back here you're gonna be like, why is these people doing this? And here you're in America, here you was born and raised in the United States, and you're sitting there going, why is these people doing this? And it's not the case you're trying to talk back about them, it's just because you want something. Not only did you went over there to bless them, but they blessed you in return just by showing you how it could be. But at the same time, when you get back, you feel blessed to know that you do live here in the United States. But at the same time, you're scratching your head going, seriously? Why don't we just go? You know, like I know so many people my age that I understand if they're a single parent, but so many people my age that are married together, they both are eligible to go get a job, and they have a bunch of kids, and I don't have nothing against them getting help from the government or anything like that, but here they're eligible for a job and they don't want to get, but yet they want help from the government but not want to get a job, but they're eligible to have a job, and so going there and coming back, I'm like, seriously? Like, these people don't even know how blessed they are to know that the government is willing to help them out, but yet here they are eligible to get a job and they're blessed because they can go get a job and they don't want it. And I'm sitting there going, seriously? But I'm not trying to cut anybody down or anything like that, but that still makes me want to go. Seriously. Um, it's exciting. Uh, if you've never even been out of the country or on a mission trip, open mind would be one of the things that you need to keep in mind. Go with a group of people, of course, is another thing. Um, my second time going, I am going with a group of people, but it's a group of people I never met a day in my life. I never met them because these group of people are scattered throughout the whole United States. So we gonna come together in San Diego and head over to Mexico. Um, my advice to you is don't do my second way until you experience it the first time, because you having a group of people there that you actually know would help you out a lot on your first time than it would if you just jump in with a group of people you don't know. Um, and then after that, then yes, when you come up, if you're underage, like I said earlier, you might need an adult, or that adult needs to go through and fill out a lot of paperwork in order for you to go, and yada yada yada, and so forth and so forth. But when you turn 18, if you live in a house with a single parent, you turn 18 because you don't want to bother them with it, because you feel like you want to go, don't want to bother them, so you go, okay, I'm 18 now, got a job, saving up for, let's, you just like, okay, I'm saving up my money for quite a while, I'm 18, I'm an adult, I can go. Who do I go with? Talk to your pastor, talk to your youth leader, talk to somebody in the church and get your foot and go and see if they know of anybody who's got a mission trip, any church, any other church. And if you are an adult over the age of 18 for quite a while, and you think it could make your child feel blessed to be in the United States, and you want to send them, go with them, because you never know. Your child might need you. They might need that shoulder to cry on. The first time I went, on the way back, I cried on the plane. I know, so fast. But I did cry on the plane on the way back for certain reasons. But they might need your shoulder on that last night, last day. It's like heartbreaking having to leave all those kids. I remember my first mission trip. There was a teenager that went. Her mom went with us, and she was crying. Uh, we was when we was leaving all them kids behind. She just bawled. She just bawled right there in front of them kids. So yeah, that was heartbreaking. And she was able to have a mom there. And she was able to be comforted by her mom on that. So. But everybody's experience is different when they go on a mission trip. Not everybody's experience is going to be the same. None of us cannot give you advice on what to look forward to, or what to expect, or how you're supposed to feel, or any of that, because each country is going to be different. Like, you have the United States here, who's got some of the poor areas, um, and those poor areas seems like they ain't growing none and stuff like that. We get, like, not long ago we had a hurricane that went through, so all them areas that got wrecked by that hurricane and flooded, and that needs needs help, so a lot of people's going there to help them, and that, so that's great. And then you got, so that right there would make you, if you're going to help like a disaster area here in the United States, right there is gonna make you be changed just by helping out with that. If you go to another country to even help build a house, right there is gonna be, for you it's going to be different than it would be for me, because right there, yes, we're gonna change, but what affects me is might not affect you as much. Building that house could affect me and be to me it would be a blessing to see them being able to have a roof over their head. But what could be a blessing, but if that's a blessing for me, for you, your blessing could be just hanging out with the family, getting to know the family, so, or it could be, or or it could be swapped around where yours would be the house and being blessed to know that they're gonna have a roof over their head. And to me, it could be the family, the kids, anything along that lines. Or what could be a blessing to, what touches. But once again, what touches me could touch you. I don't know. I ain't you, so I don't know what you're into. But yes, uh, great way to word it. If you're trying to figure out the right path to go down to start mission work, go to your pastor, youth leaders, someone in the church, talk to them, and says, I feel like God's leading me on a mission trip, but I want to go with a group of people that the church knows, that at least somebody I know that knows them, so that way I don't go by myself. And I want to know. And because if you go with church, you're not tying yourself into something that you'd be trying to back yourself out of after the first time. You'd be going with a group of people with the church base. Uh, and if they get a hold of you and say, well, we're doing this again, would you like to go? You can say yeah, yay or nay. If you enjoyed it the first time, you can say yay, or if you don't got the money, you can say nah. Whichever one you feel led to tell them. Fundraisers is a good thing. I have a fundraiser coming up on October the 5th, and it's amazing. It's one of those woohoo. If you have to go on the plane, I have a video that is uploading right now. Actually, on here, got a video that is uploading right here, right now, and the only information I forgot to tell you is that there is a weight limit for the bags. There's a certain weight limit for the bag that you would have to carry onto the plane. There's a certain weight limit for the bag that's got everything in it that goes under the plane. And Google how to fold your clothes, because you have more room in that bag and less weight. Yeah, I love that one. I forgot to give that information on the last video that's uploaded now. So, and that's amazing. But going it's going to be an amazing trip for anybody. Doesn't matter if it's in the country or out of the country. This is amazing, and I'm excited for my next one. I was blessed on the first one. I was blessed to see these kids being blessed. The area we went to, some of the kids didn't even know what Fun Dip was, and that broke my heart to know, because that, like, when I mean some of the kids, I mean some like 12-year-olds didn't know what Fun Dip was, and here 2-year-olds know how to open up Fun Dip and eat it, and I'm like, seriously, you don't know what Fun Dip is? And I'm like, Oh my goodness, that's heartbreaking. So what 2-year-olds make some of these kids in other countries, um uh some of these kids in the other countries makes our 2-year-olds look professional when it comes to fun dip, believe it or not. So it's just, but it was a blessing to know that they was able to experience that fun dip the very first time. It was a blessing. It might not have been a blessing to everybody, but that was a blessing to see that. We blessed them with the fun dip, and they got blessed with it, and it was a blessing to know that they did not know what it was, and that they did try it the very first time. So it was amazing. So this next mission trip, I can't see what is in store. I cannot see how God would use the team I'm going with. Um, I cannot wait and see how God uses the team I'm going with to bless Baja, Mexico, and yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be one of those amazing trips all the way around, and I can't wait. Cannot wait to see what God has in store for that trip. So far, every time I my paycheck is small. I mean, it is scrawny, and we and I've made the first deadline for this mission trip the very first time. The deadline was on September the 30th, and we were supposed to have 20% of that trip paid for, and I got the whole 290 in paid for, already sent in. It's paid for, and that's with my check. That's with me having bills. Uh, no one. Well, let's rephrase that. I had two people that did donated to help me out, and that went for. I took that and put it on my down payment for the trip, and it was amazing because without them two donating like they did, I would not be able to do the down payment. And that down payment is actually included into the $290. So we don't have no extra to save up. So because that 290 was included, that that down payment was included in 290, all I had was about 190 to go. And I was able to get all that completely done by September 30th. And I've got two. This weekend is past. Today's the last day for this weekend, and I got next weekend, and then the following weekend is my fundraiser, and I cannot wait and see what God has in store for that fundraiser. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be amazing. The doors are just opening up for everything, and since and I'm trying to keep the faith the best I can, and it's working so far. Little these thoughts keeps coming to mind, and I keep trying to block them out because I know God really well to know that these thoughts is not Him, and it's hard sometimes, but it would work out in the end. I cannot wait. Yeah.